Okay. Okay, there you
go. Okay, cool.
Now it's on.
All right. Welcome. What an awesome group of folks we have tonight. Thank y'all for coming out and meeting with us this evening. What is today? It's Wednesday, huh? Middle of the week. Anyone feeling like it's a Wednesday? Okay, just me. Great. Well, thank y'all for coming. This is Rudy's in Real Estate, and the whole purpose is really to give you some information, hope to inspire you about what it is to be a realtor or work in some kind of function in real estate. But first, I want to kind of get an idea of why y'all are here. What are some things that you'd like to accomplish or to learn about real estate? So just don't be shy because we're in real estate. The walls are down, right? So what do you hope to learn? What can I educate you on, or what questions do you have just to start off with? Just topics.
It seems overwhelming. So
okay.
Just to jump in to be a realtor.
Okay.
It seems like there's a lot of back information that you need to know first.
Okay.
So I just kind of want to know how you take that first step into it.
First step into real estate. That's a great question, and we see that a lot, especially with those of us who like to get everything perfect before we move forward, right? So we're going to help you with that in the process. That's a great one, so we'll touch on that. What else? Yes?
So I'm a lender. I'm not here
Welcome.
to be a realtor, but
Sure.
I did bring my sweet friend.
Hey, sweet friend.
I think one of the things we talked about is what's the difference between joining a team like Keller Williams versus a smaller boutique. That might be something that...
So in terms of brokerages, big or small, and what are the benefits? Perfect. We'll go over that. Thank you. What else?
Just the different avenues you can take within real estate.
Different avenues, because in real estate, it's not just selling houses. There's a million things that you're doing, and I think most of us, and forgive me if I speak out of turn, but get into this to impact lives. Right? No matter which way we go about it, there's an aspect within us that pushes us towards that. So thank you. We'll touch on that as well. What else? Anything else? Well, go ahead. Yes?
What's the difference between the local real estate schools or programs that you can go through? Is there...
Sure.
Somebody likes this one better for what reason?
Perfect question. We are going to touch on that, and that leads me to my next question. Who of those in the room are looking to actually start classes? Haven't started yet? Okay, we have a couple. Wonderful. So that will be great to touch on tonight. Who of those in the room have started their courses or midway through or nearing the end?
About to take a state test.
About to take a state.
Nice.
Good luck.
Yes.
Right? Okay. And who else, or does anybody have their license that is maybe with another brokerage or just kind of looking to see what else is out there? Okay, I got a couple back in the back of the room. My hecklers. Wonderful. And we actually have a couple of people that are in Colorado.
Yes.
Hey, folks, way out there in Colorado. Hopefully you can hear me. Text Megan. Did they have your phone number? Text Nikki if you can't hear me, and she'll shout out at me. So keep your phone on. She's allowed to have her phone on.
Hear her phone.
Oh. So I'm going to go through the PowerPoint, and then I'm going to introduce you to a wonderful team that's here with us today to share with you how they work and what the different roles are on the team. We have our wonderful broker here from Keller Williams Georgetown, and also the broker for Keller Williams Round Rock, Avis Wukash in the back, who's going to do some questions and answers later for you. I am Kristen Wood. I'm your assistant team leader here in Keller Williams Georgetown. I also coach the agents, which means you come to my office and you say, oh, my numbers aren't really where they're at, but I've been doing everything, and we get to sit down and hash that out and figure out where the opportunities are to grow. I help you build a business plan. What does your business need to look like? Because no one agent looks like the other in terms of how they structure their business. What's best for you? How do you handle life at the same time as handling a real estate business, right? And I think those are all normal, natural questions. We know that balance is really a lie. It's always a counterbalance. And for those of us who've been in real estate or other jobs where you work for yourself, we realize that we're constantly one way or the other. And how do we handle that and still live our best life, right? So that's what I get to do. I love it. And I hope that I get to share a little bit of that with y'all today. So who are we? So we're Keller Williams Georgetown. We have just about 225 agents currently who hang their licenses here, if you will. Some of those are agents. Some of those are licensed assistants. Some of those are agents who sell part-time. Some of them sell full-time. Some of them sell 90 hours a week, depends on who you ask. We also have those who sell 1 or 2 houses a year. It pays for their cruise or buys medical insurance nowadays, right? So we have, you name it, we have all kinds of different agents and how they run their business here. So, okay, it worked a second ago, just kidding. Here, let me do play. Okay, let's see if that works. Ta-da! Okay, so just a bit about Keller Williams as a whole, as a company. Our vision is to be the real estate company of choice for agents and their customers. Our values are God, family, then business. There will be a couple of slides that I think are the heart of the company in terms of the community outreach that we do and how we gather together around our agents. But I feel like personally that this is exemplified in all of our agents and our leadership, so I'm sure you'll find the same. Mission: to build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, lives worth living, experiences worth giving, and legacies worth leaving. We have our Y4C2Ts. You'll also see it on the back wall there, and that's just something that we live by here at Keller Williams. So win-win or no deal, always do the right thing, integrity. Customers, they always come first. Commitment in all things. Communication, so seek first to understand. We all know, assuming isn't always the best foot to lead with, right? Creativity, ideas before results. Teamwork, together everyone achieves more. Trust begins with honesty, and of course success is results through people. And that's where that impact is that we discussed earlier. So Keller Williams is a company built by agents for agents. You'll see that in a lot of what we do. On the table in front of you, you've all received a little folder with a whole bunch of information in it. And one of the pages here you'll see has a whole bunch of faces on it. And when we say built by agents for agents, Gary Keller and the whole culture of the company and how this came together is true, that we really want to put together minds and figure out where do we want to go as a company, boots on the ground, what does this look like? What do we want the culture of our market center to be? This is our ALC, our Agent Leadership Council, and these are agents who are top of the office, top 20%. They also are the heartbeat of the office. They have their thumb on the heartbeat, knowing what's going on, where are we going, if something needs to be adjusted. These are the folks that often will bring that to the table and say, not only this is what we need to do, but this is how we're going to do it. So these are our Agent Leadership Council. Not only do we have one here in the office, we have a regional and we have an international. So once a year, the international gets to meet and they make decisions, agents make decisions for how the company is moving forward. So it's really excited to see all the things that people bring to the table. So the model redefined. Has anybody heard of the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book? Big red book. Okay, so I suggest if you want one, let me know and I can order one for you. These are phenomenal. That's a phenomenal book that gives you models and systems, not just to be a millionaire real estate agent, but to think like a business owner. And something that you'll find with Keller Williams is that we're an interdependent company. So dependent in general, traditional companies, it looks like the associates are dependent on the company. When are they going to give me my leads? When are they going to show me how to do this, right? Financial gain is directed primarily to the brokers and to the company. So you'll see top agents make more than most of the other agents because they're being fed more leads. It's kind of a cyclical thing. And associates have fewer opportunities for accumulating wealth, right? So interdependent here at Keller Williams, let me jump over to independent. So those are 100% companies. You're 100% independent, and it's kind of like a landlord-tenant situation. So you just have a desk and you just do real estate. There's not really anybody there to train you, not really anybody there to answer questions. You can't pick up the phone and call somebody. Associate focus environment with limited high-level support. So again, a lot of times in independent firms, you'll find that there's one broker for thousands of agents, and so oftentimes you're sitting there going, I don't know how to answer this question. There's absolutely no one to call, no one to walk me through it, because you're led to feel like you have to completely know everything and just move forward in that way. And then associates assume all the financial, legal, and management responsibilities. At Keller Williams, we're interdependent, meaning that our associates have an interdependent relationship with the company and a mutual interest in success. Associates and brokers work as teams in achieving financial goals. And associates do not assume financial, legal, or management responsibilities. And we have teams in this office. Not only do we work with you on your E&O insurance, we provide that for you along with your commission structure, and part of that is paid out of that. But we also have a compliance department who dots your I's and crosses your T's and reminds you what your licensure allows you to do and what it doesn't, just to make sure that you're moving forward and understanding how to do those things. We have coaching, something that I do in the office. As you build your career and you grow in terms of your production level, you might gain a mastery coach, someone else who's also going to help you build these systems and tools so you can be in compliance and assist you to make sure that you're making good financial decisions, obviously legal decisions, and management responsibilities as you build your business. Any questions on that? That's kind of deep, but hopefully it breaks it out. Anybody? Okay. So we stand behind our agents, not in front of them. So a lot of you, I'm sure, have seen Keller Williams signs around. We are an Austin-born company, so you will see a lot of KW agents in the area. What I will say, though, is KW is really great at supporting your brand. So yes, you have to have your logo, your KW Georgetown logo, which I'm sure you'll be proud to have on there because of what we offer you, and you also get to build your own business alongside that. So as you build your group, you get to pick your name and pick your logos, and I think Megan can speak to that in a little bit about the beauty of having such a strong name behind you, but the ability to brand yourself as well moving forward. So, and some stats, only 3% of buyers and 4% of sellers cited an agent's affiliation with a particular firm as the most important factor when choosing their agents. Meaning, it's about you. They want to know who you are and how are you going to serve them, not how is KW going to serve me. How are you, my agent, going to show up to my house or going to take me to homes? How are you going to walk me through the process? And it's you and your brand that builds that relationship. So there we are. I just talked about that. So head of schedule. So your brand first. Again, we'll talk a little bit more about that when I bring Megan up on how you brand. We have other opportunities as well. Has anybody toyed with the idea of commercial real estate? Okay, wonderful. So we do have commercial opportunities. When you meet with myself or Scott Tolar, who's our team leader, he or I will discuss with you what your options are in commercial and what does that mean to be a commercial agent versus a residential agent. We also have luxury international, so you can become a Keller Williams luxury agent. You have to sell 2 homes over the price point of $500,000, but that opens a whole different world for you. Travel opportunities. Yearly get-togethers, masterminding with agents who are selling higher price points. And then Keller Williams Farm and Ranch, which I'm sure Megan will also touch on because that's a specialty of hers as well. So again, whatever fits your personality or your sales style, we can adjust for that. So bigger is better for you. So we have risen to #1 in the world in terms of agent count, sales, and growth. So definitely we have the numbers behind us. But again, it's more about you than the company itself. We talk about how Keller Williams believes that the agents are the stakeholders in the brokerages or in our market center, which is an office. That's kind of what we call a Kellerism, so it's really just our office. We call it a market center. But we work really hard to listen to what the agent's needs are, implementing where we can, filling gaps where we need to, and celebrating successes quite often. So this is the MREA, the Millionaire Real Estate Agent. Again, I suggest that you get through this book with an eagerness to learn business and how to manage a business, because that's what real estate is. And then it says the only company, Keller Williams is the only company in the real estate is a business that is built on proven organization and economic models. Who are systems people? Structure, love structure, systems, numbers. It's okay if you don't. Who are the fly by your seat of the pants? Just want to get stuff done, super flexible, easygoing. All right, there's a place in real estate for both personality styles. It's just in how we organize it and help you manage it, right? The one thing, so this is another book that has come out, and I will tell you, Gary Keller and Jay Papasan wrote this book, and we talked earlier about balance and how it's a lie and how it's typically about counterbalance. The one thing is a great book for mindset. It doesn't matter whether you're in real estate, lending, what have you. The one thing will help you kind of set your mindset towards building a business and focusing on the bigger rocks, the big things that are going to move you forward. So if you're interested in reading that, just let me know, and I'd be happy to get you one of those books as well.
They're both on Audible.
Yes. Non-readers. Who falls asleep while they read? Right. Those are us doers, right? Okay. So the home for teams. So we talked earlier about what does it mean to join a team? What does that look like? Am I an individual agent? Do I want to be in a smaller team within the office? So we'll touch base on that as well with Megan in just a bit. We are described as a training and coaching company that is at the forefront of how we lead. We want to make sure you have as much training and coaching and guidance and assistance as possible. The occasional foot, right? Hey, get to moving, right? So we work really hard to make sure you have as many classes and processes as possible available to you. So Launch Ignite. So we have Ignite courses. We have lead generation courses, like how do I pick up the phone? Do I have to cold call? How do I start my business? Where should I network? So we answer all those questions with courses here. And then when we build your business plan, we'll build those courses into your business plan. So learning on your terms, we have a lot of online learning now through kwconnect.com. What you sign on with us, you get full access to KW Connect. It's kind of like the YouTube of real estate. The beautiful part of Keller Williams is that we share everything. There's not an agent that's going to say, look, I'm not going to share my systems and tools with you. These are all mine. We come from a culture of sharing. We also know that 1% of the people who take in education courses are actually going to go out and implement those things. So I can give you $1 million. I can tell you how to make $1 million tomorrow. I know maybe 1% of you is actually going to go out and do those things to achieve that goal. So there are tons of agents in our company and top agents who are making millions a year and selling real estate in commission, who will post their systems, their listing presentations. They'll do videos of how they talk to people, what scripts do they use, how do they maintain their business, how do they grow their team, how do they hire, what does that look like? So that's all available to you online. So for those of you who are night owls, you have access to learning at any time of the day. So, award-winning coaching. So it starts here in the Market Center. You get to coach with me, your one and only. And as you grow, you coach with our team leader, Scott Tolar, who's phenomenal. Once you get to meet him, he's actually at a coaching skills camp tonight, so he couldn't be with us. And they're breaking boards right now. I just got a text from him. It's really phenomenal experience. If you're a crier like me, you will cry. It's phenomenal. So, and then as you move up, we guide you along to having coaches. If you look at some of the best of any industry, they're going to tell you that they didn't get there alone. And oftentimes it's coaches who took them to that point, who pushed them or who believed in them when they couldn't believe in themselves. So we really focus a lot on your coaching experience. And we talked about mastery coaching. There's also group coaching. If you don't like the one-on-one experience or just want to try it out, there's that as well. So us KW agents, we like to have fun. And even more so, we like to network. And so there's quite a few events a year. We have masterminds, that's typically in the spring. Mega Camp, which is coming up here in August, and it's actually located here in Austin. And then Family Reunion, which changes its scenery every year. This coming year, it'll be in Dallas, and that's typically in February. And all of these events, Gary speaks about what the vision is of the company, where we're headed, what our new technology is going to look like. But even more, you get to build relationships with other agents that are national or even international, and you build lifetime relationships. I know some agents who are involved not just with KW, but on the state and national level in terms of real estate with National Association of Realtors or Texas Realtors. And the relationships you build from those help you grow your business, help you grow in terms of database, they help you grow with referrals, but they also keep you in the business when you have that moment of, what the heck am I doing, right? You call one of those up and they're like, I've been there, just keep going, right? So those are great events to go to and are available to everyone involved. And so technology, has anybody heard about the technology that's happening at KW? No? Boy, y'all are missing out. All right, so let me tell you about it. Technology, marketing go hand in hand. Who gets marketed to every day? Nobody? I do. Okay, so let me ask you this. If you're gonna buy a tennis shoe, what tennis shoe you're gonna buy? Just shout it out. What? Okay, well, cool. So Nike, Adidas. Okay, if you're going to drink a dark-colored soda product, what would that be? Coke? Rum? Rum and Coke, I guess. So we're marketed to every day by companies who are looking to earn our business, and they do that by buying mind space, right? They're constantly in front of you telling you how great your life would be if you just buy this dress or you drink this product, Crown Royal, maybe. How great your life would be. No, but that is our role as realtors as we start to develop our business. How do we become a resource for our people? And it starts with some marketing and branding so we know who we are in the business and we can share that. So we have a consumer app that helps you with that. And let's see if I can actually get this started, maybe. Let's see, where'd it go? Is it gonna do it? No, okay, I might not be great at this. Hold on just a second. Nope, okay, well there's that. I might not be able to start the video.
It's okay,
It just keeps going. Anyway, so we have a consumer search app. It's available on your phone. We also have a product which we'll talk about here in a second. Her name is Kelly. And she is like a Siri. So if I pick up my phone, which I didn't bring in with me today, but if I picked up my phone, I have Kelly, and I'll say, hey, Kelly, add John Smith to my Buyer Smart plan, and she'll start the process of adding a current customer into what is called Command, which is our database. And it's really an easy way for you to manage all of your things in one spot. And so between Kelly, who handles all of that, she connects with Command. Your consumer app will connect with Command. And so what will happen is Megan here will go on my consumer app that I've given to her, and she'll start checking out, I don't know, I want to go find some land in Florence. And she'll start looking for that. My consumer app will notify my database to notify me through Kelly, hey, by the way, Megan's looking at land, you might want to give her a call. Right? So it helps you to keep in contact, because who's busy? Anybody busy in here? Yeah, kind of. Liz is like, me! Megan's got me running! Yay, Megan! So it allows you to keep all of that process in one place. It's a really great tool, not just to organize, but also to help you manage keeping in contact. Because, and let's just be honest, some of us are so busy, we need reminders of when to call or where to go or who to meet. So, I'm going backwards now. That is awesome. I'm just all kinds of fun. Let's see. That's Command. So that's the face of our database. So you can go in, you can do, does anybody use Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram? So there's a way to go in from Command to do landing pages, which is a form of marketing. You're able to do posts from Command. You're able to time your posts from Command. So that way you can say, hey, Command, in 3 days, I want you to put out this post on Twitter, and in 2 days, I want you to put out this post on Facebook. So if that's your thing, if you're into social media, more power to you. This tool will support you in that. If you're like, Kristen, I don't even know, I barely even touch my Facebook, that's okay too. We'll teach you how to use these products, or we'll teach you how to leverage as you grow your business. Who can you hire to help? Okay? Does that sound good, hiring somebody? Awesome. So the KW Lead Generation Network. So there are well over 200 sites in our lead generation network as a result of our agent marketing and our national websites. We have what's called referrals. And so you can go on to Command and you can connect with anybody in the U.S. Is anyone not from Texas or has lived outside of Texas in the last, let's say, 5 years? Okay, awesome. So you have friends, I would say, in other parts of the country, maybe family members. Anybody service in the military or a family of a military member? All right, thank you for those who've served, and thank you for those who've served those who are serving. But you've developed relationships possibly all over the country. And what happens then is we lose touch, or we occasionally talk to them, but we don't let them know what's going on in our lives. And referrals will help keep you in touch with those people because you can still help them with their transaction. You can guide them along the way, interview agents for them, all through Command. Any questions on that? Okay. So we have a listing source in Command. It'll talk about basically you put your listings into it and it syndicates to hundreds of websites, which allows you leverage, and it allows other people that are online that may not even know who you are have access to your listings, because our sellers love when potential buyers are looking at their product. We also have KW videos, so if those of you who like to do videos or who are interested in possibly learning about what that looks like, we have a green room here. And you can go in and make a video and you can post it on Facebook, Twitter. You can live stream it. You can put it in your emails. I don't know, do you use BombBomb? We have a couple of agents in the office that use BombBomb who have some success with that. You use BombBomb? And it's easy, right? A lot of people are nervous about it, but it's great. And it allows your people to connect with you. They feel like they're going to read your emails because you're right there. So that's awesome. So KW Video is another source for that. Keller Williams model is built around the premise that associates should be treated like stakeholders. We have a profit share program, and how profit share works is as you start to build your business, another revenue or income stream can be your profit share. And that just means that you're impacting the lives of others who also want to get into business of real estate. And as they join, you build your downline and you get a little profit from the market center in which that person joins. And so this profit, which a lot of people are surprised to learn, you can will it. You can pass it down to your kids, to your grandkids, anyone for that matter. And it's kind of a gift that truly does keep on giving. It's a pretty awesome opportunity. So that's something we offer here as well. So we talked about that. Red Day. So Red Day is our kind of big day that we have once a year. It's typically in May, the first or second week in May. I think this year it was the second week. And it rained like the day before. We were going to go clean Blue Hole, and it actually flooded. So we did a food drive. Oh yes, and we did hip hop yoga. That was fun. Megan teaches hip hop yoga. If you haven't done it, you should take it. It's really funny when the guys are in here trying to do it. It's the best. But we give back. We close all our offices nationally, internationally. And we go out into the communities and we give back where we live. And it's really awesome to see. It's exciting and it's fun, but more importantly, it's impacting the community around us. So we truly love that. We have a wellness program, which is, I think we have Weight Watchers starting the office here soon. So we have ways that if you're looking to get fit, we have a lot of agents who do CG, hip hop yoga, you name it. So we're into wellness. And then KW Cares is a section of our company where, and really the heart, if you will, of how we support not only our neighbors, but the agents within the company. So we have a culture committee who works with KW Cares. So if an agent for some reason falls on hard times or hurts themselves or has hospital bills, we work with them on how to help them pay or get through that. You'll also may have seen KW Cares trucks, especially during Hurricane Harvey. We went to Houston and we supported all of those who were affected by the flood. We went and mucked houses. It was quite an experience, to say the least. But it was phenomenal to see so many agents just come out from near and far to give back to their community. So again, just something else that we do as a company. We also have KW Kids Can. We are really committed to the youth, not only those who are connected to our agents, but those in the community. We also teach Quantum Leap for kids. It's how to kind of plan for the future and get over some stuff that may be stopping you from making decisions. So, and that's really it for that part of it. Any questions on that stuff? Okay, so what I'm going to do, because we have some questions to answer, I'm going to invite Megan and her team up, and she's going to chat. I have Megan, Nikki, Alexis, Brad, and Liz. She's going to talk to us. And Caitlin, where's she at? Okay, I didn't see her. So if y'all will come up, and while you're coming up, I'm going to chit-chat about you real quick. Okay. So Megan is an agent who's in our top 20% here in the office. She also just got on, tell us the board that you're on. Tell us about it.
I was recently awarded to be the board, a director of the Texas chapter of the Realtor Land Institute.
Yay!
So,
and one of 9 people in the state?
Yeah, 9, 10.
9, 10. Yeah, so awesome person, great to go to for questions. Are you guys going to come up? Don't be shy. Come on, Nikki.
Nikki's like, now I'm upset.
All personality types. Just come on, Brad. So this is Megan's team. She's going to talk to you a little bit about how she started, how she developed her team, and then maybe y'all can chat about what your businesses look like and how you got to where you're at.
Yes. So thank you guys all again for being here, and hope you got enough food and have some pie and everything as well. So I'm Megan Turnipseed. I have been in this business for, gosh, about 11 years now. I've been with Keller Williams for nearly every last bit of that, except for a few months, so got here as quickly as I could. And with that, I grew from an individual agent and was able to hire on an assistant and grow my team based on what I was able to create with Keller Williams systems and models within the last 10 years. So one of the big things that I was really grateful was that we have the support and the tools to help us get to where we want to go. So if you have a goal in mind, I can actually have a game plan to get you there, and that we've got the right people that are here to support you, and it's a really, really open environment. So as an individual agent, you really are able to focus on all aspects and learn all the different facets of the industry, whether it's showing properties, listing homes, dealing with rentals potentially, or figuring out which niche you may want to go into. And once you're able to figure that out, for me, I determined my niche was farm and ranch properties, not necessarily giant ranches like bigwigs sell, but some properties on the outskirts of town, small acreage as well as residential. So that was something I was able to focus on, and with that niche and the understanding of what I need to do to make sure my clients are getting the best service, I was able to grow my team. And so Alexis was my first hires as an assistant, and since then she has grown into her own agent herself. And Liz, looking over here, sorry, back and forth. And then Liz came into the role as an assistant and grew into director of operations. So she's now licensed, but isn't in the active selling role. So there's definitely a lot of different avenues you can go into, whether it is actually actively selling, possibly doing contract work on the back end, showing assistant, helping with showing, or being a team member. There's all sorts of different teams that have all sorts of different structures. So you could really dive into one little niche if you really want to, or have the full experience.
What I think for me is I came into it as I knew I wanted to go into real estate, but I had no idea where I wanted to go in real estate. I didn't know if I wanted to do title. I didn't know if I wanted to do loan origination. I just didn't know. So I got the opportunity to become her assistant, and I learned all the ins and outs. And I really figured out what I didn't want to do. So when it came around time, so I've been here 3.5 years, and I've only been selling a year. And but it came down to it, and I was like, I really loved helping people find their dream home or their first home, or that drove me. So that's how I knew that I wanted to move into sales, and then we got somebody much more organized than I am. So let's just put that there. So that was me. I mean, if you don't know where you want to go or where you want to start, I was able to build up to figure out where I wanted to go. And I wish now, in hindsight, I'm like, dang, why didn't I do this years ago? Because it's just such a, it's a high for me.
Right, and her focus on the team, so the way we structure things is she is buyer focused, yet definitely works with selling listings and helping sellers on their properties as well. It's just maybe a little bit more on the buyer side, and that's just kind of what you tend to like to do. So,
I love buyers.
so it really just kind of depends on what is really important for you. And then Brad came on board. You were an individual agent up until recently. So what has been your, now I'm really putting you on the spot. I didn't prepare you for this at all.
Surprise!
No, that's fine.
So,
Yeah.
what would you say has been a difference for you, just to kind of give an idea?
There are 1,000 things. Technology, help with the technology. Yeah. The help with the technology has been a lot for me because I'm way behind the times when it comes to most of that stuff. I didn't have Facebook until I started here. I used to do it.
Wow.
But yeah, so it's that far back. But yeah, the support team is fantastic. The help with the technology, help with the paperwork and everything else, and then just help with the system and putting everything in place has really helped tremendously.
Yeah, I think Keller Williams offers all of those things, and it just depends on how much accountability and how you want to structure it. So there's lots of good options there. What am I missing?
Liz, you want to tell us about you?
Yeah.
Do I? So I basically do all the behind the scenes stuff. I do marketing, transactions, to push all the paperwork. What else do I do?
Crack the whip.
Yes. Basically, I'm the boss of all these. Yes, she always knows. Just help keep them in line. It's hectic and they're running wild out there, and so, yeah. Yeah.
Right, yeah, but one of the things we were talking about branding earlier, so Keller Williams has that great umbrella of all of the great systems and tools. We just keep, I mean, I know I keep using those buzzwords, but that's really like what we really have, and then the culture, and then the right people here in the office. So being able to have that and having the time to focus on creating what I want my team to look like within that. So I obtained my broker's license, and so with that I have some opportunities to brand myself a little bit differently, and so I've done that with my last name, since Turnip Seed is a little bit unique. It works well for people to remember, so I like to utilize that. And so being able to have a big name like Keller Williams behind that, and knowing that I don't have to worry about the nuances of E&O, or even having to get all these listings on all of these different websites, it just makes a huge impact in the way that we do business. So what were the other things that we were talking about? I was going to hit on. I tried to.
Your farm and ranch specialty, but you talked about that.
Yeah.
And then there was one thing, but I just forgot about it. I'll touch base with it.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is anybody
Oh,
yeah.
can you talk about how you built your business based on reading the MREA and your financial organization? Just a little bit.
A little bit. Okay, so fortunately I obtained my business degree here at Southwestern, so I was very fortunate that I had a good basis there. I will say it took me about 3 or 4 times to actually read it because I'm really stubborn, and I got into this right out of college, and you can't imagine somebody, no offense, okay. We have our intern over here, still in school. But for me, I will speak for myself. I was extremely stubborn and did not listen, and did not quite understand it. And so once I actually understood what was behind it, and it's a numbers game, it's a relationship game, and once you focus on handling things as a bigger picture, as a relationship, and treating people the right way, things happen a lot more naturally. And that was one of the biggest things I realized. You got to put yourself out there and give yourself those opportunities. And that book, with business models, which I struggle with, and that's why I'm very grateful I've got Liz and a CPA working with those things, but they do give you the numbers to make sure you're in line and you're not overspending or you're not doing things kind of out of line to set yourself up for a potential pitfall.
Wonderful. Thank
That's
you.
one of the things that was huge for me too. I was before with a different brokerage who will remain nameless because they're big in town. But I was straight out of freshly licensed. I was basically given, here's your desk. Good luck. No.
Yeah, that's my experience.
And
in
I was
another
like,
location,
okay,
yeah.
well, and I'd ask for help. Well, do some mail outs. Okay, here's $80 in postage. Well, how am I getting that back? I'm not, because no one's going to respond. They're going to throw it in the trash. Oh, you can go here. You can answer the phone. Okay, what do I say? How do I turn them into leads? How do I qualify? How do I do any of that stuff? So I just fell flat on my face. And then I came over to Keller Williams, and it was night and day difference. The education and the culture is huge. There's a million people you can reach out to, not just the team leads, but the agents themselves are wonderful to answer any questions, and super helpful.
Awesome. Thank you all so much for sharing. All right. So to answer a couple of questions, we've heard about different avenues. So you can go in, you can get your license and go into, you can be an individual agent. You can join a team, and no team looks the same as another. So interviewing is really important. And remember, when you're interviewing them as well. It's not an interview necessarily for you and how you're going to help them, but it's how are they going to support you and impact your life. You can go into, as Liz said, business operations, transaction management, showing assistant like Megan mentioned. Those are really great opportunities because you're getting to know the areas, especially if you're new. But that doesn't mean just because you're new, you can't jump into real estate. So, and to fight overwhelm, we work really hard on building a business plan and taking you step by step through the process. You will have to break down a little bit to break through, but I promise you it's the best experience of your life. I had too started as an agent. I lived in a different world of cake baking. I owned my own wedding cake shop. And when someone told me to get into real estate, I was like, you're crazy. There's no way I'm doing that. And I absolutely loved it as an agent. Like Megan said, I grew up asking questions of the agents around me with phenomenal leadership, with fabulous coaches who pushed me and believed in me when sometimes I didn't believe in myself. And it kind of led me to where I am today. So overwhelm is where it typically starts in that nice little jar of our comfortable, feelings of, oh, this is safe. And then once we step out of that box, before you know it, you flourish. So we'll work with you through those processes. You were one of my first clients. I paid her to say that. No, I love her and her wonderful kiddos. So who had kiddos? Oh my gosh, it's been amazing. They are, yeah, they've been. Yes, and now I'm Carrie's customer because I buy her makeup all the time. So there's that. And so whether it's an individual fit or a team fit or where you want to go, if you'd like to schedule an appointment with me just to talk about what the future looks like, I'd be happy to help guide you or just present some opportunities. And ultimately, it's your decision. Classes. Where do we take classes? And I'm going to bring Avis up while I'm prefacing this, if you don't mind coming up. So there are a multitude of places you can take classes because I was thinking online. You can do online courses. I'm an in-class person, so I took classes at Champion School of Real Estate. They actually just relocated. Their new facility is beautiful. I know Williamson County of Realtors also is now providing pre-licensing classes both days, evenings, and weekends, and they're provided also by the real estate school in Salado. So there's that option as well. And so if you're going to go online, call me first. We do have some codes to get you some discounts on some of your online courses. And then also we'd have you check online at TREC because they also have a list of people who are approved to do licensure online. So, TREC. I'm sorry, yes, the Texas Real Estate Commission. And those of you who've been in class, I've probably heard that over and over again. But yes, the Texas Real Estate Commission. If you go onto their website, there's a section there that'll talk about education. It's really user-friendly. You can jump on and see what companies have been approved. So I'm going to bring up Avis here. Avis, again, is our broker. She was chairwoman, I guess you're used to chairman, of the Texas Real Estate Commission for, was it 9 years?
I was on the commission for 12. I was chairman for 8.
So she knows the ins and outs of real estate here in Texas, is a fabulous person to ask questions of and to pick her brain about business. She's seen a lot. Your parents were in the real estate business?
My dad.
Your daddy? All right.
Mother always said somebody had to make a living.
That's So I'd love to hear what you have to add, and then if you guys have questions, she is fabulous on what courses.
I made some notes of things.
Okay, perfect. All right, do you mind?
On the phone.
Hold it here.
Megan's like,
Do you mind if I, or you
Do I
just
have
hold
to?
it? Just hold it. There's some folks in Colorado
don't
who'd like
move.
to hear you.
Don't move around. That's
Yeah.
what you're saying.
Or you can hold it.
I'm always moving around. I can't stand still. I got to do this. Okay, so one of the things I was going to point out has nothing to do with anything you asked about, but you said a question a while ago, and she said a word correctly, and I wanted to congratulate her for that, and I wanted to go make sure before any of you said that word incorrectly that I fixed it for you. She said the word realtor, and that's how you say it. You don't say realtor. And if you come up to me anytime after your career in real estate begins, no matter where you are, and say the word realtor to me, I'm going to respond by saying, how's your docator doing? So anyway, I just have to do that because it's, one of those things. And that was on my notes because I was proud of you for saying it right when you asked the question. It's awesome. I would not. That's it. That's it.
That's all our notes.
There you go. That's it. No, really, there was 2 others. One of the things that was up on the board that you didn't say that I thought was important, and it was a whole bunch of one of those slides with a whole bunch of words on it, but it was a whole bunch of good stuff about Keller Williams that we didn't say. Stanford University did a study about our company, and that was from that study. So if we went back a bunch of slides, we'd see that, but I just wanted you to know not everything, we're proud of who we are, but other people have said we're pretty darn cool too. So I think that's kind of cool.
I'll find it.
But as an industry, I will tell you, I've been doing this a long, long, long time. Most of you were not born when I started. You could probably all be my children. And I went to college at the University of Texas and went into the real estate business. So I've been doing it forever. And one of the things that I love about the business are the people like you who have chosen, because I've got some here who have chosen, and who are likely going to choose to do this, because no one is going to write you a check on the 1st and 15th. So you're giving up the opportunity for someone to tell you what to do from 8 to 5, and then write you a check on the 1st and the 15th. All of your success is contingent upon you and how much you're willing to give to other people to help them recognize their dream so that you can get yours. Because the more people you help, the more people they'll tell. The kinder, nicer, and more helpful you can be, the more people they will tell that you're the person they should use, and the more money you will make. But for us, money is the success tool for lots of people, but for us, the tool is how many people have we helped. And nothing will make you prouder, likely, those of you who have done this a little while, than that time you sell a young couple expecting their first child, their first home. Or somebody who's finally made enough money to move out of the city and get a little land and buy a tractor. And you played a role in that. You assisted people in making the largest investment they will likely ever make in their life. What an incredible obligation, responsibility, and joy that it is. Also, the thing that I'm so proud of the people in this room and the people that do this business year after year after year is because it goes like this. Today, you have 3 things going on. You're going to show property, you've got a closing this afternoon, and you got some people that want to look at property this weekend, and you just took a listing yesterday. And the deal that's supposed to close today at 3 o'clock, about 12:30, you find out it's not going to happen. And so you go home and you get under the kitchen table and cry and suck your thumb for a while. And the next morning, you get back up and you say, okay, so yesterday I went out of business, but today I'm going back in business because I'm going to find somebody else. And I'm going to sell those people this weekend, and I'm going to sell that listing that I got. The resilience and intestinal fortitude of people in the real estate business is absolutely amazing, because you do that over and over and over again, and so does she in the mortgage business. It's a little bit different. She still gets paid when the deal closes. Nobody's writing her a check on the 1st and the 15th, and yet our partners in mortgage are fabulous people. Thank you for doing that. So that's my speech. Those were my I was going to talk about being a relationship business, but Megan jumped on that one, so we don't have to do that because it really is all about the relationship. And so I just answer questions. Like I said, done this a long time. You don't want to know about all the crap I've done, but it's over. Now I'm still doing crap, so it's okay. Questions?
What questions do you have? Classes, educational.
What's the license process look like if you haven't started?
You got to take classes. You got to learn the information. I don't even know anymore. Is it in 180, 220, 180? And then you take 90 more hours the first 2 years. Is that right? In the first 2 years?
Continuing education.
Continuing. Well, the first 2 years, it's not continuing education yet. It's it's called something else, core extension of SAE. And then, I forgot what that stands for. And then after that, every 2 years, right now it's 18 hours of continuing education. For every 2 years, you can take all 18 in 1 year, but you have to take them all before your renewal. And your renewal will always be the last day of the month of whatever month you got licensed in. So if you were to get your license on August the 6th, it will always be the end of August when you have to get this done, and you need to start sooner than that. The legislature has given the commission the ability to raise the CE hours by 3 hours every 2 years. They haven't raised it but once in the last about 6 years. So they could go up to 21, and I don't see that happening right now.
And Keller Williams provides the E&O policies per agent, or?
We carry insurance. You pay $50. Is it still $50
Mm-hmm.
per closing to cover you for that? And if it's an in-house transaction where you're selling Megan's listing, don't you still both pay $25?
Yes.
Okay, so
And in what scenario would you have to use that?
if we get sued based on something that you aired or missed.
Or that even if it wasn't completely.
Well, yeah, if they threaten to sue us, and we have to begin the process of hiring our attorney to answer that starts the clock and the money ticking. Currently, our deductible is $5,000, which means that assuming you didn't commit fraud, your obligation would be your percentage, whatever you would have made on that transaction in commission at a percentage. Say it was a 70% commission, then you pay $3,500 of this $5,000. If you're at 100%, you pay $5,000. And our deductible has been $5,000 for a long time. It was $2,500 a long time ago, but as you get bigger, they just make it worse. And that's probably way more than anybody want to know, but she asked, so now you know. And sometimes like this, I will tell you how the clock works, so you might just kind of start doing this. It's more like TMI. Stop it.
What else?
Nobody else? Okay.
I may add a plug, and I promise none of the Keller Williams agents in this office paid me to say this. As a lender, I deal with a lot of different real estate agents. I can tell you that I never have to answer basic contract questions when it comes to a Keller Williams agent. Like the educational piece, they always talk so highly about, so I never have to coach a real estate agent on how to fill out a contract or talk about some of the legal pieces, which is huge because you want to work for a company that puts a lot of effort into education, and Keller Williams is one of them. I promise I'm not going to be by anyone here.
Thank you. Well, it's a focus, obviously, of ours to be, we prefer to be right, and we prefer to do things right, because right's always right.
All right.
Is that good enough?
Yeah, that was wonderful. Thank you.
You weren't using that, by the way. You weren't using
I have one.
Oh, you have
I just have it hidden. All right, so in your packet, I wanted to show you a few more things before we let y'all chat with one another. On the right side of your packet, in the far back, there is some information about 100 questions to ask if you're interviewing other real estate companies. Remember, I said earlier that it's you that is interviewing the company that you're interested in working with. So here's a great list of questions. I guess it's second to last because there was one hiding. But the second page of that is management and philosophy, which is really important. You want to make sure that your vision aligns with the company you're aligning with, okay, or partnering with. So that is in there for your review. We also have an investment schedule. Those are the numbers. What's it going to cost me? I will break that down for you. Don't try to, I mean, if you're a numbers person, there's a lot of kind of information in this. It talks about what boards would you join and MLSs and all of that. And we're happy to discuss that with you when you sit down with us. You have access to contact information to all of our leadership and information there as well. I'm sorry? Yeah, right? That's right. On the left-hand side, you'll have information about our technology, and I touched base on it. I apologize that the videos weren't working, but that's my fault, not our technology's fault. That's what I get for using Google Slides and not PowerPoint. Thank you, Google. So information about Kelly, what does she do, and how does she work. There's information on Keller Mortgage. Keller Mortgage is a lending company that that partners with Keller Williams or Keller Williams owns. So there's information about that as well. Command, what does Command do? Designs, referrals, opportunities, leverage, all these fancy words. All of that to say, how is this technology going to help me? And lastly, the consumer app. How can my clients utilize my tools, and how can I support them in their search, their home search or home sale? So with that, I think we will end the presentation. I am still here to answer any questions you have. Megan and the team is here. And Avis is there in the back if you have any questions that maybe. But did I answer all the questions? Is there any lingering questions that I didn't get to touch on? Things that you wanted to learn? Don't be shy. Anybody? Okay.
So whenever you talked about the assistants, a showing assistant, or even like what Alexis did when she started off, kind of, it sounds like in the office, did they have their realtor license in the very beginning? Or is it something that they worked on while they figured out what they wanted to do?
I think she's shaking her head no, so she didn't start with her license. I think Liz also did not start with her license. It very much depends on the team that you're moving into or deciding to join, and what that structure looks like and what type of activities that you'll be doing. Because as an unlicensed assistant, your activities tend to be limited. So while you're listening and hearing the business, you can't have communications that are real estate involved. Meaning you can't, talk to clients about real estate matters. Once you get licensed, that opens kind of your world up to other opportunities on transaction management, understanding the process, and then having those more detailed and in-depth real estate conversations.
So how do you know what team to get on, what teams are available? How do you even know how to start that?
So in terms of interviewing, you would just meet with myself or with Scott, who is our team leader, and we could help you decide. We'd kind of talk about, who you are, how you want to get business, what does that look like, and we would introduce you to some teams, and you would then schedule some time to meet with them and ask them, like, who are they, what do they do, what is their business philosophy, how do they run their team, and what are their expectations for the possible position you're looking for. If it is a position, if you're going to be hired on as like team staff, or if you're going to be hired on as a 1099 employee, which would then be an agent. Yep. So we would help guide you. Again, it's really a part of that business planning, because as Avis discussed, this really is, a business. When you're waking up in the morning, you're deciding to get out of bed. It's not, well, I'm going to sleep in, I'm going to do this, and just fly by the seat of your pants. You can do that, but your success hinges on the fact that you treat this like a business. And ultimately, the goal is for you to have a future in terms of whether you're going to leave a legacy. Are you going to sell your business? I mean, this is your database is your brick and mortar. You could absolutely sell it, and take the proceeds from that and retire and go live on a beach somewhere. I'm cool with that. Has anybody seen Vacation Living on HGTV? This girl might be up late watching that sometimes, going, "Oh, that beach looks really nice." So you have those options, or you can also run a 7th level team, which is what Megan is building towards. I don't know exactly what her overall plan is, but she's growing towards that. So at some point she might be able to step out of the business while her business is running, and she can be on the beach and her team is managing. So it just depends on where you want to go, and that starts with building your business plan.
So I guess it's difficult to answer my next question. Realistically, and on average, you jump off into this new business, this new career, and then at what point are you able to pay your bills, kind of thing? Like, because realistically, it sounds like you have to build up to it, so it's not like she was saying, you're not going to get paid on the 1st and the 15th. So it's depending on your drive and motivation, what you're willing to do, and how uncomfortable you're willing to be. And some people may not be uncomfortable doing a lot of tasks that it takes to start to build your business. What I would ask you to do, you don't have to do it now, but you can, is to pull out your phone and look how many contacts you have on your phone. That's your business. Those people care about you and they want to support you, and it's your ability to talk with them, share with them your passion, and allow them to help you grow your business. And it's how we teach you to get in touch with those and maintain those relationships and build and grow from there, will basically kind of set you forward into money, into making some money. Now, I don't know how quickly, yes.
Okay, I was just going to say this short, to give you the fastest timeline. You get into business and you list a house, you list your friend's house. So you're looking at maybe 60 days before you're getting a paycheck. At that point, initially you might possibly have some startup costs you need to pay back, so you have to keep in mind that not all of that's going to necessarily go right into your pocket. If you keep continually going through your business that way, and putting yourself and being uncomfortable and getting out there, I would say within 6 to 12 months. Alexis, what would you say based on?
Girl, I went out screaming.
Yeah, you went hard.
I
did.
Yeah.
But I was also building my pipeline.
Yeah.
Right.
So I had people waiting for me to get licensed.
Right.
But I would say, it's a 90-day business.
Yes.
Period. So whether you list a house or you find a buyer.
That's to get paid. That's not necessarily to replace.
No,
your
that's just to get your
you
first.
an idea.
Yeah, just I would say, you're just constantly, like right now, my goal is to have 3 transactions a month, right? So, I'm through August. I'm like, okay, gotta find September. It's kind of those things. I don't know. It just depends on how eager you are.
I think my first year,
Agents too.
we do have dual career agents, and that are there's some that are more transitioning, so transitioning from full-time or part-time roles into working and to be full-time realtors. And I think what happens with that is that we just develop a business plan. We help you time block. What does your calendar look like? What is the expectation? Because truthfully, if you do the most important things when you need to do them, you can run a 4-hour workday 5 days a week, work 1 day on the weekend, work maybe 1 or 2 evenings, and you'd be highly successful. Yeah. So in my first year, I think, let's see, my first transactions all came at the same time. I think I had 4 at once, and it took me about 6 months. 2 of those months I was out sick. I had an 8-month-old and a 9-year-old at home. So in my first year, I did about $65,000 in gross commission income. My second year, I did about $95,000 in gross commission income, and the third year on, I was making over 6 figures. So it just depends. And it depends. Some people come to me and say, hey, Kristen, I want to sell 4 houses a year. Okay, great. What does that look like? Now, once you start selling 4 houses a year, you want to sell more because you love it, because you're impacting lives and seeing, as Ava said, the joy that comes from all of that. And the beautiful part of it is you get to control it. It's all up to you. So, one way to look at it, when you go home tonight, think of where you want to be in 5 years. Gary Keller talks about how you can do anything you want in 5 years, right? So if you start with 5 years, we can work you back, work your business plan from the start till then, and get you to where you want to go. And are you going to find spots where you're like, oh, I'm off track? Yes, so we need to just pivot. What does that look like? And then move forward. But being honest with yourself and being willing to grow, being willing to be accountable, all of that will get you to where you want to go. Great question. What else? Anybody else? Don't be shy. All right, well, we'll be hanging out. If you have questions, you can come chat with me. I'd be happy to show you all around the office. If you guys want to see, like I said, we have the green screen room and a couple of other things. But we're so grateful to have you all here. There's pie. Please eat it. Do not leave it. I will tell you, when you get into real estate, you have to have strong willpower against sweets, because there are sweets delivered here every day. You could eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So anyways, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Huh? The Millionaire Real Estate Agent? And the one thing? And if I'll put a star next to your name, I can pull them together and call you when I have them. I have some on order that say come at a time. I normally have a bunch, but I didn't have some way like I do that. Sure. So,
yeah.